Today on 21st Century Business, explore state-of-the-art technology, innovative business strategies, insights from cutting-edge corporations around the globe, a visionary look into the answers of tomorrow, today. Business leaders, business solutions, 21st Century Business.
Laptops are the information lifeline for many people. Did you know the average user has 25 online accounts with multiple usernames and passwords? But with laptop thefts increasing dramatically and the growing concern for identity theft, passwords are becoming an issue that people worry about. That's why your fingerprint is a lot better than a password. Joining us to explain is Mariel van Tattenhove, Vice President of Marketing and Business Development for Validity Sensors Incorporated. Thanks for being here, Mariel.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm excited to be on the show.
Mariel, we all have so many accounts with different passwords because we're told to make them complex and not use the same one over and over. It's tempting to just let the notebook remember them or to write them down on sticky notes or other places. That's bad, isn't it?
Yes, that is bad. And in general, you're right. The way people manage passwords is they use a very simple password like password or 123456, ABC123, or use the same password over and over again. And the third way is to have the computer remember your password. All of those are not very secure ways to protect your laptop or your identity and all your sensitive and personal information.
And it seems that laptop theft and data breaches happen often. I mean, our health insurance company just notified me that our family's data apparently was on some company laptops that were stolen. I mean, how often does this happen?
It is a growing concern, and the world we live in where people use their laptops and their mobile phones to have access to information anywhere, everywhere, and with the internet where people do e-commerce, banking and other commercial transactions, it's becoming a concern from a security and an identity point of view.
All right, well, let's take a look at this 21st Century Business Field Report.
Hewlett-Packard, the world's leading PC brand, sells several of its notebook PC models with Validity's fingerprint sensors.
So combining Validity's fingerprint solution with HP Simple Pass allows users to access websites and manage their passwords with a simple swipe of a finger. Users can manage passwords, manage data, protect their confidential data with just a simple swipe of their finger.
Consumers have multiple complex usernames and passwords to access computers and websites. Managing all of these passwords can be very frustrating.
Today's users often have multiple websites and passwords they have to remember every day during a daily basis. HP and Validity have partnered together to offer a password management solution, making it much easier for users to manage all those websites and passwords each day, giving them a little bit more independence from having to remember all of that information constantly.
In general, consumers are not aware of HP and Validity's convenient solution or think it might be expensive.
HP and Validity have been working together to educate consumers on the convenience of this feature. Today, HP is offering this as a standard feature on many models of our HP Pavilion DV6 and DV7.
With HP and Validity, managing your username and password only requires one swipe of a finger, making it easy, secure, and convenient.
During initial startup of the HP Simple Pass, the user enrolls their fingers with a quick swipe. They can enroll multiple fingers on one hand or both hands. And then from there, afterwards, they can use it to log on to the Windows application when you boot up your computer. And they can also use it to access frequently and favorite websites and manage all of their passwords and confidential usernames.
For 21st Century Business, I'm Steve Michaels reporting.
Well, let's talk about your technology. What are the key benefits for people using Validity fingerprint technology instead of traditional passwords?
So because the requirements for more complex and secure passwords is increasing because of the identity concern, with the Validity sensor, you never have to remember your passwords anymore. You type them in once, preferably very secure and complex username password combinations, and from there on you just swipe your finger to access all your information.
You just swipe your finger?
You just swipe your finger.
Tell me a little bit more about how that works.
So the way it works, if you use the Validity product for the first time, it asks you to enroll one or multiple fingers. You go through the enrollment process, very simple. It takes you less than a minute. And the next time you want access to your device, you swipe your finger. After that, any application or website that requires a username or password, you fill in the username password once, and again you can create very complex username password combinations. After that, anytime you want access to that application or website, again you just swipe your finger.
That is amazing, incredible. What makes Validity's solution unique and different from other possible solutions?
Validity has a unique and patented technology, unlike some of the traditional fingerprint sensors out there that are a piece of silicon on the outside of a device. Validity sensor is a piece of plastic and the silicon is protected. That is important because silicon is fragile, and if you drop something on it, it can easily get damaged. The Validity sensor is therefore the most durable and reliable fingerprint sensor in the market.
How do you overcome concerns that people might have with using or storing their fingerprints on the laptop?
Well, actually, we don't store the fingerprints on the laptop. What we store is minutia data. It's stored in a template. And let me use an analogy. If you would say we would try to store the picture of a person. In this case, we would not store your picture. We would basically store a description of the person in the template. So we would say it's a female, 5'2", blonde hair, 130 pounds. That would be stored as the description. At the identifying of the person, instead of looking at a picture, it would look at those description and match that. So even if people would get access to the template with the fingerprint data, they could not create a fingerprint out of that.
Amazing. Now, can I use it for more than one application that requires passwords?
You can store unlimited amounts of application and websites on the machine.
And you swipe your finger.
Swipe your finger for an unlimited amount. It's all stored on the computer locally.
And the website just opens up and there you are.
You're right.
Incredible. Now, your fingerprint sensor technology is already integrated into some products. Which ones?
That's correct. We're shipping in, among others, several HP consumer and enterprise notebooks, as well as in the Dell Vostro products.
Now, what about users who don't have a fingerprint sensor embedded in their notebook or their desktop? Can they take advantage of your technology also?
Yes, they can. There is actually an external USB dongle that you plug it in the USB port, you install the software, and you have exactly the same functionality as the embedded sensor in your notebook.
That is very simple. So is your solution affordable, or does this kind of biometric technology cost a lot of money?
No, actually biometric fingerprint technologies have become very affordable over the last couple of years. In general, it's included in the total package, so the total price of your notebook. If you configure your notebook online and you select this as an option, roughly the cost adder is about $25.
Oh, that's amazing for that much added security. Wow. How has your technology improved on earlier generation fingerprint technologies, and how is the experience of using this different now compared to earlier versions?
So some of the early products, the user experience wasn't very good. So in general, either people were not recognized, so they would swipe their finger and nothing would happen, or they had to swipe multiple times, which is irritating and not very convenient. One of the things with our sensor, because it is a different technology, is that we are focused on improving the performance and the end user experience, where in general, one swipe gives you access to your device and your information.
It really is remarkable, and it's one of those things that makes you think, gosh, why didn't they have this 10 years ago? It makes so much sense. You know, after notebooks, what other uses or types of devices could benefit from Validity's fingerprint sensor technology?
Well, basically the opportunities for fingerprint sensors are endless. Any application or device where user authentication and validation is required can benefit from our technology. You can think of smartphones, other handheld devices, access control, and even smart cards, credit cards, and payment terminals.
It really is unlimited completely.
It is endless, yes.
How hard has it been, though, to make users aware of this option, to buy a device that has a fingerprint sensor? Until you came today, I wasn't even aware that it was possible.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems. Sometimes people are not aware, or people are aware of it, but they don't know what the benefits are. So the biggest problem is explaining to people what it can do to make their life with all these passwords a lot easier.
Well, you explained it well enough to me, and to me it sounds like a wonderful solution, not just for consumers, but for businesses as well.
That's right, yes. It's not just for consumers, IT managers, corporations. It just adds the level of security for laptops and other portable devices.
Thank you so much for sharing it with us, Maria.
Thank you for having the opportunity to explain the benefits of our products and the technology.